Laval's net. And Pinelli guided it away from Sawchenko's crease, and then a long shot from the right. Samuel Blais made some contact with him there. Now carried through the neutral zone by Pinelli. Earned some high praise from his head coach for his engagement level yesterday. You'll hear from Trent Vogelhuber in the first intermission on that and more topics, courtesy of Labatt Blue. Out to the left point, long swiping shot from Richard. That one sailed wide. Now Mayo tosses one into the air that's gloved by Reinbacher. Carried ahead by Laurent. Circles in his own zone. One-touch exchange with McHugh. McHugh and Aston Reese on either side of Hunter McCown today on the quote-unquote third line on the depth chart for Cleveland. Delgaiso in behind the net in his own zone for Laval. Takes that puck away, does Cleveland's McCown as he fed Coolmans for a shot that drips to the cross corner. Out to the blue line again. Here's McCown with a shot that Reinbacher to Brendan Gaunce. Accelerates. Burst of speed. Left wing shot, and that's a stick save Fowler. Rebound tapped off the outside of the net. In behind the Laval cage, this is Luca Pinelli trying to wrap around. Saved by Fowler, and the rebound to the Xavier Simoneau as Laval escapes up ice. Back to William Trudeau. Left circle. Shoots. Saved by one of three on this team. Fowler, the goaltender, heading to the All-Star game, as is the league's top scorer, Laurent Dauphin. Here's Waugh, left wing, fires, he scores! What? 5 minutes and 16 seconds of the first period. Mesar is going to get the primary assist, and Waugh from the top of the left circle, just center. Putia, nice little feed to McCown. McCown straight ahead, fires. That was intercepted cleanly by McDonald, and now wedged to Sillinger. Tries to fling puck inside the Laval line. Efforted by Fashing, picked up, fired by Will. Point was Mayo as he staggered Waugh. Now Mesar, burst of speed, feeds Beck. And the Rocket tap it deep into the Cleveland zone. Waugh hacks it back up the right wing boards for Beck. Beck on the right flank into the corner for Philippe Mesar. Tried to find Waugh in front of the crease. That one untouched. Luca Del Bel Blues. 1-0 Rocket with 10:23 left in the first. Dumped in by Del Bel Blues for Cleveland. Round to the left wing corner. Putia had it taken away and tossed back in behind the net. Now up the left side. This is Arsenault. Took a shove from Malatesta. Puck to Reinbacher there, who did not play yesterday with the old Lake Erie Monsters during the Colorado affiliation. And he's been around a while. In front, great save for Sawchenko. Corner. And now the puck out high slot to be tossed by Dauphin to Delgaiso. Right circle, Reinbacher, and that shot glove. Face-off controlled by the Rocket. To the right point, Reinbacher feeds it into the corner. This is Belzile. Watched closely by Cleveland's Jack Williams. This one tossed to the top of the crease. Hard hit against the boards there for Coolmans as he staggers his man. Now the puck taken away. Fed to the slot. What? Delgaiso, and way behind the play, way back on the Cleveland line, you've got Xhekaj tangled up with McHugh, and then Aston Reese comes over to check on Xhekaj. It looks like McHugh and Xhekaj are getting offsetting. Butcher skates across the red line, snaps it in deep. Pinelli and Gaunce, Bjorkvik, Holm, and Butcher as the pass came to Butcher from down deep by Gaunce. The two veterans slide into the left corner. Butcher then played one out to the center point where Bjorkvik Holm was engaged. 3-on-2 break for Laval. Left wing entry, Dauphin across, Belzile to the net front and Overskated, had to readjust to that puck as he swiveled at center and flicked one across the Laval line, but the Rocket defense pairing in control. Reinbacher out to center. Waugh hands off for Beck, gained the line, fed Waugh, high slot, backhander against the grain on Sko, zips off the inboards. Mesar recovers on the left flank, out high Reinbacher to the slot, Waugh turns, fires, saved by there, but Aston Reese at center has drawn a penalty for tripping here, and Cleveland's going to have a power play as Reinbacher cancels with Malatesta. Though Cleveland getting a power play out of this, you don't want to see them give it away with something unnecessary here, as the whistles keep bursting as the players convert. And right wall Williams out to the left circle, Sillinger strides in. Laval battling through neutral territory. Simoneau onside to Condotta with space. Play. Draw one back right side, O-zone for the Rocket. Right point, Reinbacher wheels away from Putia. Putia tries to swipe by Condotta behind the net. In the Laval zone, the Rocket breakout. Reinbacher finds Blais. Received the pass on his backhand. Carries across the blue line. Shoved by Butcher, and down he goes. The wall, Belzile went down. Fans want a call. They're unsatisfied yet again. Dauphin, center point for Engstrom. Laval looking to coast home. Pass. Send one to the net front and at the top of the crease. The Monsters caught a break. Beck was streaking for a breakaway. Delgaiso couldn't feed it to him cleanly. Puck carried ahead, though. Gaizo stretches it out. Breakaway for Simino, alone on Xhekaj, and he's Xavier Simino with a burst out of the penalty box at the end of the 4-on-4. Takes the feed just inside the offensive blue line and beats Xhekaj to the sticks to Butcher. Slides it into the offensive end. Pinelli around the end boards, trying to arrive in time. Aston Reese ran over Mesar. Now Butcher into the fray. Puck taken away. Watch out, it'll be a breakaway for the Rocket. A 2-on-0. Mesar feeds Wab to Mesar to Wab. Great saves! On Lake Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Score big this season with unmatched deals on new Ram trucks, Jeep SUV Muscle, and Chrysler vans. Whether you're heading to the rink. He's off in the Cleveland zone, out to center, going for the hit, not the puck. Putia squirts loose. He's got Sillinger heading to the net. Finds him, and a great save. Fowler! From Putia to Sillinger, which was well executed off the rush. And then to stop the second wave try as well and seal it up. Fowler being adored for Cleveland. Fed out to Samuel Blais. Then Engstrom tries to slip past Gons. We got a fight behind the play. It's Condotta and Sillinger. Overhand right's being traded. A swiping right for Sillinger. Through 3-0 Rocket. Back to action here. It's Reinbacher entering the O-zone on the right wing for the big defenseman. And Pearson. Big burst of speed. Moves it to his left for Williams. Williams met by Reinbacher. Then Del Gaizo hit hard behind the net by Fashing in the Laval zone. Puck right back in and picked up by Ryan out there now as the combinations get shuffled. Here's Delbel Blues in the slot, fire! You see the puck against the right wall. Not sure if Aston Reese touched it, but it kicks out to Delbel Blues right up and over the left shoulder of Fowler in the way, but knocked down in the slot. Now tossed ahead to Engstrom. Engstrom watched by Putia. Turns against the wall, right circle, and then stick by Clermont. Rolls out in front of the net, poked at by McDonald. And Fowler the save, as this will be Pearson now, wheeling back behind the cage. Justin Pearson, a backhand bid to the top. Williams back after it, Fashing right circle, dusts it off and shoots! Saved by Fowler and ton with Laval leading at Blais Bell on the Monsters Hockey Network. Sealed to the right point, Engstrom on the tap from Farrell. On the right wall, Dauphin nails it to Blais. Back to Dauphin near the right point, slips it through to Belzile. Has a man, but he fired! Right corner from his vantage point as Dauphin fed him. He'll get the primary assist. Dick handles past a man, that was Simino. Here's Coolman's now atop the right circle. Him to the perimeter, and then he throws it down low. And now Xhekaj is going after Pearson, just jumping him. I mean, what is going on here? Pearson didn't even have his gloves off, and Xhekaj's just dropping bombs behind the net as they push. And Xhekaj's just dragging Pearson now as the linesmen try to break him up. Just showing the replay now of what happened. Xhekaj pushes Pearson into the net. Then they go to the end wall. Then Xhekaj drops his gloves and just starts feeding Pearson uppercuts and hard rights. And then arriving to the left point for Del Gaizo. Sends one down towards the net, slept in front by Beck, but Xhekaj makes the save. And then afterwards, Waugh with a shove on Xhekaj. And things become Straczynski Sports Medicine Institute, powered by Dash, with auctions benefiting the Monsters community. Founded by Xhekaj. Now it's wedged out to Engstrom, center point, right circle. Still on the power play for one more second. Now it's over. Coolman steps out, grabs the puck in the neutral zone, has a 2-on-1. Aston Reese heading for the net. Coolman's will down as he curls on time into the offensive end. Leaves it for Gons. Gons tried to return the favor off Laval legs and behind the goal line for Reinbacher. Gons trying to loosen it up. Reinbacher skates away from the pile behind the goal line. Off to the left corner of the Rocket zone. Putia now, center point Butcher. Bluffs the slapper, gives to Putia. He'll take a one-timer. That one hurt Dauphin as he blocked it into the corner. Now from the end wall, Gons trying to muscle it out in front of the net. Fowler almost trapped by the net as it's being pushed on its pegs over his head. But now it settles back down into its proper position with play allowed to continue all the while. Here's Gons, left corner in front, finds his man. That's Butcher trying to take it from his effort. Out left point for Richard. His pass, though, stymied. Thorpe ahead. Waugh on a breakaway. Backhander. Hands to Mesar again. Cross ice. This is Beck. Beck drags center point. Hard shot.